Good morning to the nation out there on this Monday, July 17th. It is a great day. I'm hoping that everybody had a great weekend and we are ready to take on the day and smash some goals and make some things happen today. I know I am. I know I'm just coming back off of my vacation with my first day of work today, and it's going to be a great one because I know that I'm recharged and refreshed. If you listen to yesterday's podcast, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I said refreshing and recharging is so important in our journey, and we really should concentrate on doing that. So if you haven't checked out podcast number 8 or even yesterday's Coffee Talk, do so before you go into today, because recharging is something that you should really concentrate on throughout the day and throughout your journey. So today is going to be a little bit different. I was thinking yesterday, I was watching and just observing on my last day off of my vacation. And what I noticed is we have a neighborhood, and the neighborhood's full of all kinds of kids, right? And they're driving throughout the whole entire neighborhood, and they're scooting along, and they're on their bikes, and all the kids are all having fun, and it's just a really great neighborhood to be a part of. And we're blessed to be a part of this neighborhood. And one of the things that I noticed as I was just observing yesterday is that one of the kids had fallen down off the bike, and they were cruising pretty good speed, so it made me a little bit nervous. And I saw that, and I saw that the mother ran over to the young child as the kid was, crying on the ground and just kind of having a pretty emotional moment. And then I'm thinking to myself, the tender, loving care that mother was showing that child is something that is pretty amazing, right? It's a natural ability for a mother to be embracing, to be endearing, loving, caring, and all of those words to their child when they're going in their time of need, or when they get hurt or something happened to them. And it's interesting because I was thinking to myself, again, as I do all the time, and I'm always tying back to how can I relate this to our journey and what we're trying to be able to accomplish, whether it's health related, weight loss related, or professionally related, or anything. And I thought to myself, how often we fall down, much like that young child did. So I said on the Coffee Talk today, or I wrote on the Coffee Talk blog today, I wrote on there, what would you do in the situation that you're the mother or the father and you see your child fall down and they skin their knee, or they scrape themselves up pretty bad, or something like that happens? How would you treat your child? How would you act in that moment that your child is in time of need, that the child has fallen and is hurt, or has taken a step back in the progression of trying to move forward with riding that bike or the scooter or ripstick or whatever that they're using at that time? How would you, as a parent, do in that situation? How would you treat yourself? Or how would you treat them, I should say? So then I got to thinking to myself, how would we treat ourselves? Let's say, for instance, flip the script, and now you are the child, but you're yourself, your older self is treating you. Okay? You're riding your bike, you're putting a lot of pride and your passion into it, and you fall. And how would you want to be treated? How would you, as you're sitting there and you're injured, or something is wrong and your ego is hurt, or the scrapes and the bruises are bleeding a little, or things like that, how would you want to be treated by your mother or your father? Okay? So that's a scenario to paint the picture of. Now, I want you to take that scenario and I want you to place yourself in your journey into that scenario. So here you are on your journey, you're trucking along, you're trying to be able to be healthy, you're trying to work out, you're trying to do better things, live long life, and really battling every day the demons, battling the warriors, or the people coming at you, you are putting on that warrior persona and that armor to be able to take on anything that's coming your way. So you're going through it every day, and you're fighting like hell to be able to get to what you want to get to. And then you fall and you scrape your knee and you're down, right? You're down, you don't know how to get back up. And you're thinking to yourself, I just went through a binge, or life just happened and I lost a relative or a pet in the family, or something is going on where my journey has been derailed. Now, think of yourself as how would a parent treat you in that situation that you've now fallen from the place that you want to be. How are you treating yourself? How are you looking at yourself at that moment in time that you're in despair, or you're down for the count, or you're not feeling very good in that situation? Are you treating yourself with negativity? Are you treating yourself with defeating words such as, it's not really worth it for me to do this, or why am I doing this anyway? I'm a food addict. Why should I have to be able to fight like this every single day and have to deal with the nonsense of feeling an addiction to food to be able to soothe the pain or the suffering or the anxiety or anything like that? When I look at those situations, I see that parents themselves, they treat their children like they're gold, and they treat them with care. Yeah, there's sometimes some tough love, and yeah, absolutely, we need to be tough on ourselves sometimes, because if we slide, then we may get back into the situation that we were once in. What I'm saying is be cognizant and aware of the way that you treat yourself if you fail. Like, don't think of it as being the end of the world. Don't think of it as being some monumental derailing of your whole entire life because you failed at that moment in time, or you fell. Because I don't look at it as a failure. I look at it as a bump in the road towards the success that you want to become. Because not everybody's journey is going to be smooth sailing. You're not going to be able to get everything you want to so quickly and so smoothly with no blips on the screen, no bumps in the road. That's not possible. And to be quite honest with you, if you think that that's how you want things to happen, you're going to be let down even more, because life will happen. Now, you fall down, you scrape your knee, you have a binge, you have a weekend where you're hanging out with friends and you're drinking and you're eating and you make some poor decisions. You have a moment where stress is just falling down on top of you. Car's broken, needs to go into the shop. Kid, just find out kids need braces, so your bank account's getting a little empty. Or whatever the scenario is, all these things can happen very quickly at the turn of a dime. It's really how you treat yourself after you are done with whatever it is that you're doing. Slides happen and failures happen, and what we find is people on their health journeys slide off, and they forget about who they are, what their whys are, and why they're focused on the things that they're focused on. Because our mental monkeys, those little moths that are fluttering around in the head, they literally are taking over the situation. So when you're thinking about it, I want you to really put a lot of focus today on how you're going to treat yourself. How would you treat yourself when bad things happen to you or situations happen around you? Okay? How are you going to be successful in a journey where you think that everything's going to be super smooth, but when things don't happen right? I always talk about plan B and plan C and all that stuff, right? And that's really important to do so. But this is more about how you are investing in yourself. Things happen. You are going to be in situations where you're not too happy about what's going on around you, or you're not going to be too happy about your decisions that you make. So now, how are you going to treat yourself? How are you going to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I'm good enough, really, seriously. Look at the work that I've put into everything that I've been doing. Look at the journey that I've already progressed so far. Why waste all of that on one decision that I made that was stupid, or a weekend of bad decisions? Don't beat yourself up. Forgive yourself. Literally invest in your own heart just a little bit. I mean, it doesn't have to be a lot. And listen, I come from a line of sarcasm. I come from a line of sarcastic friends and family, and we all just kind of rib each other left and right. And it may seem very kumbaya in the moment when I'm sitting there saying to yourself to invest in your heart and all of those things, but it's so true in this journey. We are worth the investment to say it's okay if I made a mistake. And we have to, we need to. Because if you beat yourself up and you give yourself such a determined mentality that it's full bore all the time, and you never give yourself the flexibility of a little bit of self-love and self-motivation, you're going to fail 10 times more than what you ever have before. Trust me, I've been there. I know. Perfection is not the key, it's progress. And if you learn from mistakes and you learn from when you fall and scrape your knee, then what better way to be able to build your body of work towards being prepared in the future? And then also for any other situation that comes around, you've got the ability to be able to attack it and get in front of that. Okay, so that's the coffee talk for today. I'm hoping, again, that these are helpful for you because they're super helpful for me. Who would have thought me watching a young kid fall off a bike and the mother helping that young kid would have transitioned my thought process to, how is this going to help me? What's the situation going to help me? Although I was very concerned with the child, and the child, mind you, is okay. He's perfectly fine. They put some ointment on it, and he was out later on in the day, making things happen. So think about that today, okay? How are you treating yourself? What are you going to do today to be able to treat yourself better and look at yourself in a better light? And how much forgiveness are you going to give yourself for making mistakes? Don't be your own worst critic. Be your own worst hero. Be your person, not worst hero. Be your own best hero. Somebody who stands behind yourself and supports yourself. I know it sounds weird, but it's so true. You're the only person you got. We got family, we got friends, we got everybody. But if you're not believing in yourself and you don't believe in the things that you're doing, then you're never going to be able to succeed, just to be completely honest. You have to get right with yourself before everybody else can try to help you to get right with yourself. How often do you hear, if they don't want to lose weight, or they don't want to be healthy, or they don't want to lift weights, then you're just basically barking up a tree that's going to fail. It's true. There's truth to that. Although I believe anybody can achieve anything that they put their mind to, but they got to want to put their mind to it. Okay? So have a great day today. Today, again, like I said, is Monday, July 17th. Make this Monday the greatest July 17th, 2017 that you ever will have, because you're worth the investment and you're worth the time to make that happen. Have a great one, everybody. Bye-bye.